Years of isolation are slowly killing me. Not in a dramatic way, not in a physical way, but in a psychological way. I feel like I'm dying psychologically. I didn't realize how much of your personality and well being depend on having regular human interactions with people until I stopped having them. 6 years ago, I totaled my car, and as a result, I lost my license from a DUI charge. 4 years ago, I moved with my family into the country. Everything is a 20-minute drive. Literally, the closest grocery store takes 20 minutes. There's not even a sidewalk for me to use, bro. Like, if I step outside, I could walk for 30 minutes and I wouldn't see a sidewalk. Before I moved, I lived in the same neighborhood for all of my life. Over 20 years. Grocery stores, shopping centers, literally everything was within walking distance. So this was a big change for me, going from having everything close by to being in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Moving forced me to lose contact with almost everyone. Looking back, some of these relationships weren't even real. Why? Because I was selling drugs, so once I stopped providing a substance or a service, a lot of people disappeared from my life because we weren't actually homies. I was just doing something for them. That taught me the difference between customers, acquaintances, and actual friends. Then in 2024, I spent a year in jail. And ironically, that's where I've had the most social interactions in the past 6 years. But the thing is, I'm having these interactions, I'm engaging with criminals and scum. That did not help me in the way that I was moving and thinking after coming home, because I was surrounded by people I want nothing to do with. Before jail, I was isolated, and after jail, I was isolated. I came back to the same environment. Last year, I cut off almost everyone, not because I hate them, but simply I've just grown too much as a person to be around the same people all my life. I've been through a lot of stuff, man. So what do I look like hanging around the same people who are nothing like me, who don't share any of the values, experience, or goals as me? The problem is I never replaced them with anyone new. I'm very content and happy with how things are going and the direction of my life, but I feel like I'm suffering psychologically. I genuinely enjoy my solitude and alone time. I like working by myself. I don't need a lot of attention, but there's a difference between choosing to be alone and having no opportunities to socialize. Humans evolved by living in tribes and communities. We weren't designed to spend years barely interacting with people. Hundreds of years ago and before that, if you got kicked out of your community, if you were isolated, that almost spelled certain death because you weren't going to make it on your own. Granted, that's a little bit different in modern times, but as humans, we're still going to be wired that way, so we're still going to feel that psychological discomfort. So that's what I had to deal with a lot the past couple months, because the people that I was interacting with, I cut all of them off last year, and the year's halfway done, man. So I've had moments where I felt like I was dying, not physically, but psychologically. And that's just because we're not designed to be living the way I'm living. The weirdest part is I don't even know what normal conversations feel like anymore. It's been so long since I've had regular social conversations. When I meet someone now, I'm just myself. No anxiety, no fake personality, not people pleasing, just myself. But afterwards, I'll usually wonder, was I too blunt? Did I overshare? Did I do too much? Because I've been isolated for so long. I'm just me. I don't be following no social cues, no societal standards. It's just me. And I think that scares people. The thing is that when you regularly don't interact with people, you lose calibration. You sort of lose your grip on reality in a sense that you aren't getting feedback from anyone anymore. Nobody's there to reflect your own behavior back to you. You just sort of live in your own little bubble, which can be a good and bad thing, but it's been years like that for me, bro. And I feel like it's really getting to me, man. A lot of people experienced loneliness during COVID, but my loneliness never ended. It's 2026, man. I've had 6 years without a car, 4 years of living in the middle of nowhere, almost 2 years since coming home from jail, and still having no interactions. I'm still dealing with the same isolation, man. I'm not making this video to complain. I'm making it because I'm probably not the only one going through an extreme period of isolation. I am prospering. I am growing. I'm doing a lot right now. But psychologically, my mental's taking a hit, man, because we're not meant to be living like this. Awareness is the first step towards change. Something has to change because I don't want this to become my permanent reality. And I realized that you can have as many internet online interactions as you want, but that's never going to replace in-person social interactions because that's how we are wired.